days.
It's tool time.
It is tool time. So I want to show you something that is technically not a tool, but is also amazing. So
Cool.
can you see this okay?
I can.
So have you ever heard of GoGo Done?
I have not only.
Okay, so here's what GoGo Done is, and it's either the simplest concept you've ever heard of, or it's a bit weird until someone explains it. So let me take half a step back from that. You know how if you want to set aside time to work on something,
Right.
right? But and so you think, I really need to do X. I really need to write that document. I really need to fix, that website. I really need to rewrite that paragraph. I really need to just get my expenses done, whatever, right? So the for a lot of people, if something is on their calendar, it's real, like quote unquote real. And if it's not on their calendar, it's not real. So
Mhm.
here's what GoGo Done is, and it's a really simple concept. And it's very cheap. I don't even remember how much it costs, but it's very, very, very nominal because their costs are also, I think, pretty nominal. And what the basic product for GoGo Done is, and you can get a free trial at gogodone.com. What it does is you agree to join a work session. Think of it as like a shared workspace, like a WeWork kind of thing,
Mhm.
or any kind of shared community workspace, except it's all done on Zoom, so you never leave home. And so you will pick a time slot when you wanted to get something done. Some people are there, like they literally put it on every weekday of their calendar. It's mostly on weekdays that this is done. But there's people all over the world. So there's also Sunday evening because it's Monday morning in Australia and that kind of stuff. And so you pick a time slot and then, it sends you an invitation and you accept it and it puts it on your calendar. And then at that time, these are usually either 90 minutes or 2 hours, depending on the kind of session that you sign up for.
Mhm.
You and some number of other people who probably don't even know any of them all show up. It's like you all showed up when a co-working space, that's the word I'm looking for, not shared working, co-working, when a co-working space opens its doors, right? And so you show up on the Zoom session, and then they break you out into like breakout rooms of 2 or 3 people, not very many.
Okay.
And do you know what a Pomodoro is? Sometimes it's called a sprint,
I do.
right? So for those who aren't familiar, a Pomodoro. I just realized that this fan is on. That's not very nice. A Pomodoro is usually a 20 or 25 minute sort of uninterrupted burst of work that you do. No one bothers you and that kind of stuff. And you don't like you're not on Facebook and doing a Pomodoro. It's not a thing. So in the breakout group, they'll just do a quick round robin. Hi, so my name's blah blah blah. I'm going to be working on X for the next 25 minutes, and then so everyone sort of says what they're going to work on or what they're going to accomplish. Then you leave your cameras on, but everyone goes on mute, and someone volunteers to be the timer. Or in my case, sometimes when I'm the timer, I just have like an Alexa or a Google device, and I just tell it to count down X number of minutes, and then I'm done. I don't have to think about it, and then we just do your work like whatever you were going to do. No one else is working on what you're working on. They're not working with you. They just happen to be in the same breakout room in a Zoom session. It's like the
Mhm.
simplest, dumbest possible concept. And yet, whenever I have a period where I look at it and say, I have a lot of stuff I want to get done in July, or I have a day where if I don't block it off, nothing ever happens because like life intrudes and I end up just answering stupid emails and stuff all day. Next thing I know, the entire day's gone by and I've actually produced nothing. So by signing up for GoGo Done and getting these sessions, you can have as many as you want. It's like a fixed fee, and you can literally fill your calendar with them. Then you just keep showing up to these sessions, and then at the end of 25 minutes, right, for the first Pomodoro, the first sprint, the timer goes off, and someone says, "Okay, that's it, folks. Take a 5 minute break." You take a 5 minute break, and you chat a little bit because working from home is lonely. So you chat a little bit. You talk about what did you get done? What are you going to be working on next? How's it going there? What part of the world are you in? Total 5 minutes for however many people are in your little chat. Usually two, just like I said, 2 or 3. Then another timer starts. Someone else, is the timer, and you do another 25 minutes. And at the end of the 90 minutes, you've done 3 25-minute sprints, like focused work sessions, where there's no one else has their mic on, and neither do you, and you're just heads down getting something done. And then there's a total of 15 minutes or 3 5-minute breaks, where you just get okay, like mental break, take a second. It makes a big difference taking that break And so that's the typical 90-minute GoGo Done session. So it's 5 minutes work, 5 minutes work, 5 minutes. You're done, right? For 3 sprints. And there's one other type of session in the basic package where it's 2 1-hour sessions. So it's a 2 hour instead of a 90-minute. And in that case, you're doing 50 minutes and then a 10-minute break, and then 50 minutes and then a 10-minute break. And I can tell you the most productive months or weeks of my year are when I go in and I sign up for a bunch of GoGo Done sessions. And all you need is like Zoom. That's it. It is so simple and so cheap. And yet, if you find that you're procrastinating, if you find that, life is just intruding on your productivity, if you really want to get something on your calendar, and what you'll find, of course, is once something's on your calendar, let's say tomorrow at 2 p.m. from 2 to 3:30. I don't know if they have a session from 2 to 3:30, but let's say 2 to 3:30 tomorrow. And so there's a block of time and it says go done. And so the rest of my life will flow around that on my calendar, obviously. It's like if I try to book something or someone says, hey, are you available at this time? It'll say, hey, you have a conflict with the sessions, go done. And I'll have to make a decision. Do I want to cancel the go done in order to like talk to this person or whatever? Or should I move this person to a different time because I really, really need to get this work done? And it's right there. And I mean, I don't even see pricing on their, oh wait, it says subscribe. But I don't know what the pricing is, but it's stupidly valuable. I mean, my God, so valuable and not expensive. I mean, like nominally expensive. And I think they just have, I'm not going to play these, but it's as simple as that. You just sign up for something and then, sign up for the service and you get a link where you can go and see all the sessions that are happening.
Mm-hmm.
And you just go in and you do your work for 25 minutes or 50 minutes, depending on which one you do. And then you take a break and then you do another sprint and then you take a break. And, by the end of it, just one session, but certainly if you sign up for like a couple or 3 of these a week where you've got dedicated time where no one's allowed to interrupt you, the rest of your job or the rest of your business or family or whatever, like, it's on your calendar. So you're not available. It's real. And then you sign up, you arrive and you go. And it is fantastic. Now, here's the thing. If I scroll down here far enough, you might recognize the owner of GoGo Done.
Hey, I do.
So that's Heather. Heather sometimes
newsletter.
joins us on Tuesdays for Social Tuesday. This is Heather's, like one of Heather's main initiatives. Cool. And I have met people like all over the world from GoGo Done, for a minute or two at a time as we talk about what we're working on. So, and you'll be working. They have morning, they have afternoon, they have evening sessions. You'll be working in like an evening session, and someone else is next to their window, and it's daytime, right? Because they're like far flung. But for them, it's like 7 o'clock in the morning, and for you, it's 7 o'clock at night or something. It's crazy.
It all works out.
But it all works out. But I mean, all you need is Zoom and literally nothing else. And like I said, I don't remember what it costs, but I think it's like, it might come out to just like a few dollars a week or something. Like really cheap. So if you have any kind of issue with constant interruptions and getting, diverted from producing, because we all have these like important things that we know we need to do, we need to learn, we need to build, we need to write, we need to do whatever, right? And then we have all these little urgent things that keep coming in. Once you get these things on your calendar and your calendar software starts reminding you, hey, you have a conflict here. Are you sure you want to book this new thing? Because you've got this session with GoGo Done. You say, no, I want to keep the GoGo Done stuff because it's, I can move this person to something else. It's not a big deal. And if you use Calendly, then once it's on your calendar, because GoGo Done has put it there, no one else who's using your calendar links to try to book some time with you, they can't book it into those sessions because it looks like any other time that you're busy. It's fabulous. I've been using it for almost 2 years now. It's fabulous. I can't recommend strongly enough that everyone should do a 1-week trial on this. By the way, everyone that I've ever met there, every session has been like very friendly. It's super laid back. It's not like a bunch of type A people that are yelling at each other. It's nothing like that at all. It's just a bunch of friendly people, mostly individual contributors and creators who go in there and get stuff done. And then they have some other variations of GoGo Done. So let me see if I find these here. I have not done these, but the GoGo Publish one is interesting Because if you're someone who has, it's a special kind of procrastination where you should be creating content for social media, you should be posting or writing on your blog or whatever, then they specifically build that in. So not only do they have the sessions where you like write during the sessions with the same sprints and stuff like you would, but then the other person in the little breakout room with you reads what you wrote and you read theirs to help out and sort of like shape it better. And then once it's polished, you post it, and then all of the other people who belong to GoGo Publish will go in and like comment on your post and like it and share it and that kind of stuff, so that it gets better traction right away wherever it is you're posting it, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever.
Nice. And I was going to say, Doc is waiting in your back room.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
And then I thought of my service that I like.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
guys
I'm
continue.
done actually. I mean, they have a couple more for coaching or whatever, but I'm done. But honestly, go to GoGoDone.com, just gogodone.com. Try the 7-day trial.
Hmm.
It's the service is so cheap and you'll get so much accomplished in your life. I've also met a bunch of people there that I talk to regularly. It's great people in there. So that's my tool tip for the week. This is how people
It's a good
get
one.
stuff done. It's like I said, it's a co-working facility, but it's all just in Zoom. It's fabulous. Hey, Dr. V.
Hey, I was just hanging out here since the close to the top of the hour. I thought
Sorry.
it was a passive aggressive move because
We went live and you weren't in,
kept,
and so I
I
had to.
kept
By
you
the way,
on
John,
so
I'm
long
surprised you can't let
yesterday.
him in. You're a co-host.
Me?
Oh, I
No,
can't.
John
No.
is a named
Oh well,
co-host.
yeah.
I thought he could let
Well,
people in.
John, we had a meeting scheduled for 8 a.m. for the last 10
There you go.
days, and so
So, John, what's your tool or service?
Well, the one that it was funny as you're going through this, the one that I thought of was Lunch Club,
Oh
because
yeah, we've never talked about
we've
Lunch Club.
never talked about Lunch Club.
Ooh, let's
And
do lunch.
Lunch Club came out at a time where we weren't able to connect with people. It was during
Hey,
COVID, and make business connections and all of that. And that played a huge role for me because
yes,
we got new clients through it. We made tons of new friends through it, and it's just an amazing service. As far as I know, it's still free.
yeah, it is still free.
It's still free.
So, Lunch Club actually started as a free initiative where you would actually go have lunch at a restaurant with people. And so it was very city specific. So they would only open up in like one city at a time or whatever. And actually, when I first got sort of recommended and invited to Lunch Club, it was about a year and a half ago, you still had to pick what city you were in. They hadn't gotten past that model, even though we were all in lockdown.
Mhm.
And but now I don't think it matters. But so Lunch Club it's basically a one-on-one matchmaking service where you go and have a 45-minute conversation with someone,
Right.
usually around either like a hobby or interest that you were really really into, or it's sort of like a business networking kind of thing. And the matches are done on an algorithm. It's not like there's a whole bunch of people and you get to choose who you want to pick.
Right.
So actually, while I'm talking, if you want to bring up your screen for Lunch Club, we can let people know what it looks like and stuff, so they're in the right place. So an algorithm will match you, and what I can tell you is within just a few weeks, if you have 1 or 2 Lunch Club meetings a week, within just a few weeks, that algorithm becomes very accurate at matching people, so that you have a great conversation with someone who either works in your field or in a field adjacent to you or in a field that you know nothing about. I've had very, very, very few duds where the person I was talking to, or in their case, the person that they were talking to, which was me, was clearly a mismatch and had nothing interesting to contribute or talk about or say. It virtually never happens. Now, no one really knows what the business model is or seems to know. Of all the people I've ever talked about Lunch Club on Lunch Club with, none of them ever seem to know what the business model is. I personally suspect that they're an AI play that's going to try to sell themselves to LinkedIn and Microsoft, because basically a service that can match professionals to professionals in a networking connectivity kind of thing would be a fantastic add-in to LinkedIn.
I think that's probably true. For some reason, it's not letting me bring up the main page of Lunch Club.
No,
You know, it's
you have to
what's
log out.
interesting. I was going to say that there, long before Lunch Club existed, there was in DC a startup called It's Just Lunch,
Yeah, I
which was
remember
a
them. Yeah.
dating. Yeah, it was the
Yep.
dating program that
Yes.
Of course.
matched people up.
Yep. I used to see their stuff because I used to have to go to like the Northern Virginia, Reston,
Yeah,
Chantilly area all the time.
it's just lunch.
And
So,
so Lunch Club is free, like John said. You just
Yeah.
sign up. You tell a little bit about yourself, your interests, what kind of work you do, and you can give it some guidelines on the kind of people or something that you'd want to meet with or talk to. They can
Yep.
be people in your field or people like who might be potential customers, or they might be people who just do something really weird, and you're just interested in talking to people that are way outside your normal domain. And then within like a few days, usually like you pick ahead of time what day and time you want to meet. For me, it's always Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Hmm.
And then on Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday evening, Lunch Club will match me with someone, put it on the calendar, and then I show up at 9 a.m. on Friday, and there's a new person I've never talked to before. There's literally never been a duplicate. Like not once is like, hey, I know you. We've met before. Like that will never happen.
Yep. No. Yeah.
It's someone
No,
new every time you do it. Oh, let me turn this on for you.
yeah.
Whoa.
I don't know why it's not letting me get to its main page.
That's very. You're in the Inception thing again.
I guess so. Yeah. I'm like in the middle of the whole internal operating.
Well,
Sorry.
anyway, that one is
Oh,
lunchclub.com.
yeah.
I'll type it
Lunchclub.com.
in here.
And it is. It's a great group.
And there's gogodone.com.
I'm surprised they never
that as
did
well.
lunch.club. That would have been a good.
Yeah, that would have been fun, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, as far as like Lunch Club to meet new people, GoGo Done to actually get your stuff done and stop procrastinating by just making it real, making an appointment on your calendar, and you just show up, click one Zoom link, and you're in, and then you're alongside people who are working. So you work. People are funny that way, right? We do what the people next to us do. You don't talk in a movie, but if the people next to you or behind you talking a movie, then suddenly you're whispering, at least, to the person you came to the movie with. Right? It's just we take our cues from others, and if you come into like even a virtual Zoom room and all the other people in your breakout room are working, you work.
Monkey
It's
see, monkey
a
do.
great concept.
Indeed, we do.
What about you, Dr. V? Anything new, or
You
are we
know,
done?
well, no, I just so I was going to show you the whole text to speech thing,
Right. So,
and
John,
it
I had
disappeared.
this. I
It
asked Dr.
dis-
V to look into this and explained how
it
it's done.
disappeared from my TikTok, but I can show
Weird,
you.
right?
Well, no, it's just stuff like that happens. So, for example, I mean, it's hard to see this right here,
Right.
but normally, if I was just doing something that you were saying, literally, blah blah blah, and then you come down to the bottom here, and right next to the A, the text thing in that area where the centering and the A is supposed to be a face with a speech
So,
thing.
give
But
me
let me
30
show you.
seconds,
Let me
and I'll
show you on the
explain what it
screen.
is we're talking about in the first place.
Okay, so
So,
basically, what?
go ahead.
Oh, so basically, and I can do a screen share on this because I actually
If you,
found the
I
image
asked
that I.
Dr. V yesterday because he's
Yeah,
like the TikTok guy I ask about stuff.
yeah.
Uh, how do because I don't use TikTok, but I installed it a few days ago, and I see that there's these videos where
Yeah,
some basically a mechanical or synthetic voice
yeah.
is reading the text that's on a screen, and that's the
Hmm.
video, that's the voiceover for the. And I
Mhm.
said, how do they do that? Is it built into TikTok? Do you use some other tool? And
Yeah.
so
I,
that's what
I'm,
he was going to show
and
until
I'm going to
TikTok
show you
decided
the
he's not
image of
allowed to
what
make that kind of video
Yeah, this
anymore.
is the image of what it should look like,
Right.
which is this. So
Oh, yeah.
when you do get down there, you should see this as an option for creating different voices. And there's a British one, there's a British
Right.
male, British female, Aussie, and a series of them in through here. So as soon as you type in your text in through this area, when you click one of these, it will read it for you in that person's voice. And so
Right.
very often you'll see videos that are simply a beautiful scene, for example, with text over it, and you hear this basically very real but
It's not bad,
synthesized
right? It's
voice.
clearly synthetic, but not bad.
Clearly,
Yeah.
but it's not robotically synthetic.
Right.
It has inflection. It has, there. And so the speech to text has gotten, or text to speech has gotten better and better and better. The ones that, the ones that I apparently are available to me have more to do with like chipmunks and other types of things, which is a little crazy. Let me just say, I'm going to save this one as a draft right now that I was trying to show you. Let me go back to a draft and I will attempt to show you what I'm talking about here. And I'll
So
put it
can
next
you?
to the
You
microphone.
don't have to type the text. You can paste the text in. I hope, right?
Yeah, you can paste it in. You can paste it in as long as the text is there. But here's the thing: you've got to have that little icon down there,
Yeah.
and the TikTok giveth and the TikTok taketh away. And I have, I've seen this happen with TikTok stories. I've seen this happen with other things
Right.
where the interface changes regularly. And by the way, now on TikTok, there's a whole video editor, like a mini studio, that was not there a month ago.
Hmm.
And so these changes roll out, I would say, faster than Facebook and faster than Google. And the thing is, then you kind of scramble to figure out, well, how do I get this or how do I get that? So I did one draft, which is, let's see if I can find it over here. Exit that one. Let me go to the, yeah, this is what.
Okay, let's try this thing. Okay, let's try this thing.
So it is, okay, let's try this thing. And that works. That works, but that's based on a different type of thing where you can actually go in and change.
Is it distorting your voice?
Yeah, it's distorting your voice in a series of different ways. So let me see if I just take, let's do one quickly while we're here. Yes, this is going to distort my voice. Okay. So
yes, this is going to distort my voice.
Okay, so now I have options.
This is going to distort my voice.
Oh my God.
Yes, this is going to distort my voice. Yes, this is going to distort my voice.
So here are my options.
Yes, this is going to distort my voice.
So I can come, for example, let's say I want to do helium.
Yes, this is going to distort my voice.
I've checked helium.
Okay.
Um,
I'm ready to go on record saying that's not an improvement.
This is going to distort my voice. Yes, this is going
Chipmunk.
to distort my voice.
Okay.
Apparently,
Why
I'm a
would
very
anyone want to
deep.
distort their voice?
I'm a very deep chipmunk. So, like the baritone chipmunk. So, so it's giving me these crazy options, but it's not giving me the actual text to speech that I want.
Basically, if you were going to make a video where the video is the text, but you don't want to just have a silent video or just music behind it and just have people have to read it, God forbid.
Yep.
Right. And to be fair, I just say God forbid is sort of like a, joke, but it's a small screen, a phone. So it's not like you want to do a lot of reading on a small
But it
screen.
works on tablets. So TikTok, if you're an iOS, there's a tablet
but it's
version.
better if it'll read it to you. And that's what it does. It
Yep.
embeds the voiceover reading into the video.
Right.
And so the video is like what's happening in the video part of the video is irrelevant. The screen is there and it's just sort of like reading it to you.
I mean, you can get Chris and Eddie and all these other people if they allow you to have access. So now there are other apps out there too that will do the same sort of a thing, but always we often speak of in our strategic video masters small group, we often speak of doing things natively within an app because it does increase your reach.
Right.
So the only problem is if there's a feature that you've used and then they take it away, you're left, holding the bag, so to speak. So.
Okay. All right. So that was Lunch Club, and that was TikTok and a feature that they've decided to not let Dr. V use anymore. Probably a good reason for that.
No, those are voice effects that you can use. There's the robot and several others, But
if you just wanted to hide your own voice so people wouldn't recognize
basically,
it. You're posted to your own account, so how are they not going to know who you are?
Well, maybe you're in a witness protection program and you change the username, So.
All right. So that's 3 for today.
3, 4.
So I can obviously it's hard to recommend a service that might not be there, but the other 2, Lunch Club, free, absolutely go to use it.
Yeah,
you'll like it a lot. I promise. I've been using it. John and I, we've all been using it for ages. It's wonderful. And also GoGo Done. try the 7-day free trial. It's very nominally, and for the value you get from getting your work done, the important work done, and progressing your career, progressing your business, all that stuff, like it's like fractions of a penny on the dollar for what you get out of it compared to what it costs you.
And
So
with
that's
respect,
free for today, and we're not.
yeah, but with respect to TikTok, if you've just search in the app, if you've got it, use it.
Yeah.
So,
all right, that's it for today. That's it for
okay.
Thursday, and that's it for this week. So nothing until Monday.
Lunes, hasta lunes.
All right.
Good.
Thanks, guys.